Slick, smooth. What's next? How's it going, guys? Welcome. Just like that. No one has. Yeah, you'd never have guessed I was in training mode 5 seconds ago. Welcome, guys. This is the ESL EU MKXL Community Cup. Every single week, every Sunday, EU will come together and play in an online cup on PSN using the ESL app. And every time the top 4 is decided, we broadcast it on our Twitch. It's going to be me and Mustard today on our lonesome. I think old school.
On our
old school
lonesome,
this week.
the way it should be.
The way it's always been.
Yes, the original way.
So, we have our first semi-final up and ready to go. It's going to be Murko and ZoDy4KHD, who is a new player. We haven't seen him, at least on a broadcast. If he's made top 4 before, it has not been on a broadcast yet. Say something.
Oh, are you waiting for me?
Yeah! I was having
dear.
a drink, and I was like, come on, dude, work with me, work with me.
I can't see that. I only have one monitor. I'm also upstairs. I mean, I'm going to get the excuses out now, right? We haven't done a Community Cup in about 3 weeks. I am a rusty man when it comes to Community Cup. So here we are. We are down for another top 4. I'm expecting quite a quiet night tonight, but regardless, these guys are ready to play. We've already had some sick matchups by the look of the bracket so far, and I'm hoping that continues through until what we see in this top 4.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a mixture of old and new. Some players that we've seen before and some that we haven't, with ZoDy4K being one of our newer players. Very excited to see what he brings to the table. And I think, quite funnily enough, our first match tonight having Murko taking part in this as well. So it's going to be, you know, brand new in combination with the most successful player in these Community Cups so far. So that's going to be interesting to see.
No, definitely. Do you want to chuck a link to the brackets in the chat possibly, or are you currently doing admin stuff, getting these guys in the lobby?
I'm getting them in the lobby now. I've actually sent everyone an invite, so...
Okay, wonderful.
While we wait for this King of the Hill, guys, let me just remind you all what this is all about. This is the ESL EU Sunday Community Cup. I've mentioned this already, but every single week... Well, I suppose when we're available. It's not every week. It's as available as we can be. Yeah, it's every week that we can do, basically. It's a nice little celebration of European Mortal Kombat, but we have the CIS region present as well. And it gives us some good gameplay. You know, we do have really good players like Murko every single week, K-Top coming in, and Gilar, who has actually had a hell of a progression from when we first saw him to now, you know, where he's been actually winning a couple of these and bringing some of the Community Cup's best players to the brink, you know, 3-2 sets. And I think it's a really good job of showing how often online practice helps you as a competitive player.
Especially if you're playing in the right circumstances, right? We find ourselves having some players that have made it in the Pro League top 8 multiple times, some players that are prominent offline players but never really got into online until, you know, slightly later into the game's life. And obviously, we have the opportunity, because these are free to enter, easy to enter, because it's all done through the PS4 app internally. Anyone can enter these. So we find ourselves seeing new faces, so be it for nothing else, you know, you get opportunity to get your name on a tournament broadcast. You know, we stream it on our own channel. We put the top 4 VODs up on our own YouTube. So it's a really nice way for you to have some exposed gameplay, especially considering Injustice 2 is around the corner. We're looking to continue Community Cup style stuff for that as it goes on, dependent on what happens, I suppose. But at the very least, we're looking to continue to broadcast high-level content during into the life of Injustice 2. So see if you can get some experience in now, get used to fighting good players now, so you're not doing it when Injustice 2 comes out.
Okay, so we've got Murko and ZoDy both in this King of the Hill. So as soon as ZoDy smacks me up a little bit, we're going to be good to go with our first semi-final of the night. Make sure we AFK Jake as well.
Oh yeah, of course. Again, bear with us, guys. We haven't done Community Cup for about 3 weeks. I straight up haven't actually played Mortal Kombat X for about 3 weeks. It has been quite a while. The Injustice 2 beta very much was the priority for us. During its very limited time it was accessible, so we did take a break from MKX, which is why we haven't done the Community Cup in a few weeks, but we are officially back now, so fingers crossed we get some good games. Murko back again. For those of you that may have just tuned in, Murko is very much, I'd say, the most dominant player we've had in the Community Cup so far.
Oh, by far.
With this kind of patented arguably the best Hellfire Scorpion there is. I know he's been around for a while there. Obviously do exist amazing Hellfire players, but Murko has been there since day one, repping this character. He made top 8 in a few Pro League weeks later on in Season 3's life, not entering throughout the whole season because he actually didn't know it was a thing. He didn't know it was taking place. So the question of what could have been had Murko known earlier on, but a very, very successful player in online tournaments, and
we're ready.
Looking for that to be no different.
We are ready to go. So this is going to be our first semi-final for the ESL EU MKX Community Cup. ZoDy4KHD versus Murko. New versus old when it comes to the Community Cup. We've seen Murko countless times. You've just given this guy, an introduction, but really is the most dominant player in these cups. ZoDy, though, in the button check, was using Spectral Ermac. So are we going to see Spectral versus Hellfire? We know Murko is almost always going to use Hellfire. It is his jam. It's what he's used since day one. And in this current meta, a very dangerous character. Spectral Ermac, though, we do see it. Very excited. This is a very explosive matchup. We've seen Nausea from Scotland go toe-to-toe with Murko. Nausea has actually defeated Murko in these Community Cups before. There was a week where he defeated Murko 3-2. So it's a matchup that Murko has lost in the past.
I think it's going to come down to how mobile Scorpion can be against Spectral. Because Spectral's bread and butter, stuff he needs to thrive on, is those levitations off of strings in the air, as used as mind games, used as big damage, used as reactions. If Scorpion can find his way around all of that, maybe it's as simple as just doing a teleport when you see it, then I can imagine Spectral having quite a lot of difficulty. But again, we'll have to wait and see if that's how it pans out. But looks like Murko is getting in super aggressive early on. This is exactly what he's used to doing, and this is not a big surprise.
It's definitely a matchup at this point Murko is familiar with. There we go. That really smart play, yeah. It was just doing that string on block, the small step back, the shimmy into the forward 3 EX spear just to keep himself safe, and it blew right through that poke.
And now really, really commanding round one. Meatless Wake Up, can't really fault him for that.
Disrespect.
I mean, yeah, it was guaranteed chip damage. It was kind of his only real hope in that situation, and I feel like this is something we're going to be saying a lot should Murko be successful tonight. Murko's sitting at almost full bar despite being completely in command of the lead, and what a conversion. Again, the massive damage coming out from Hellfire, leading into a restand. 30%. Oh, but the down one.
What?
Oh, my lord.
What was the hitbox on that down 2? I mean, we've seen some funky stuff, but that just takes the cake. What was that?
I mean, the down 2's being a very, very good anti-air option universally, but some of them just have that really weird... I mean, that kind of anti-cross-up hitbox. Looks like this is going to be a battle of...
Oh, no! Massive drop from Murko! I think when you're going to drop your combo as well, not only is that mega, but he actually whiffed the X-ray and lost all of his bar. He's not going to be able to break now. And now this gives ZoDy the chance to fight back. Murko was not ready for that to connect either, but the Hellfire Aura is going to be good, and that's going to be a clean game 1 for Murko.
But that was actually a really good situation for ZoDy to make the full comeback, though. Because let's not forget, when you whiff an X-ray, that is all of your super meter gone. That's no breakers, that's no block breaker, that's no armored teleport, no wake up teleport, that's no armored slide, that's no OTG Hellfire. That is all of a sudden a huge amount of utility gone from Murko. So if you're going to try and make a comeback, but it was off him getting hit by down 1 aura, as if getting hit by the down 1 and then the aura, he just straight up wasn't blocking. I think he thought a little bit too far ahead.
Well, I think when we've watched Nausea go toe-to-toe with Murko, it's been when Nausea's been able to really enforce what he wants to do on Murko, and he forces him to play his game, keeping him in the corner, going for that really swaggy Spectral mix, and it is a legit thing to do, but you need to be able to keep a lid on this guy. I say this every single week. Murko is a player that, if there is even the smallest chance he can get out of something, he will slip away.
I think he's almost taking over Storm at this point as like the most comebacks in dire situations in online tournaments. I don't think I've seen someone do it so consistently off so little opportunities as Murko. I mean, just like that, looking to hit confirm his jump kicks makes it so hard to air him, which he is going to turn into big damage. But again, nice to see ZoDy's playing slow enough to still get in these anti-airs, but maybe a little bit too antsy at the moment. I think he's a little bit too timid to go in for some buttons, because he's just missing out on loads of full combos.
That low was a full combo waiting to happen,
yeah.
And unfortunately it didn't come out. He's going for a little bit too many staggers, trying to be too safe. In that situation, when you're that dead, just go for something, pull out a Hail Mary, and if it works, you've got a full combo, and that's your round.
But he's playing like super timid versus a player that just wants to blow up and just get his offense going.
Well, unfortunately as well, we saw nice Anya, still ready to go for those, but we saw the low into hover, and most of the time we would see Ermac players teleport off that as a hit confirm, but ZoDy wasn't even ready to hit confirm that. That could have been a crisp conversion, but speaking of which, Murko connecting the Hellfire Aura, that's going to be another full combo, and that's going to be a takedown for the plus frames. What comes next? Meteor Burn guaranteed. And in this situation, looking really bleak for ZoDy. Yeah, not much you can do there. Murko cleanly wrapping up that second game, and now 1 game away from a 3-0.
But in situations like that, I don't quite think the Hellfire was guaranteed, but it definitely was a mind game. It was definitely something that was likely to work in that situation, because I think the only thing ZoDy could do, or one of the most powerful things, would be a wake-up attack. But when Murko has been baiting him out this consistently, and especially through the weeks leading up until this point, I mean, when Murko's in your face, it really is dangerous getting off the ground, because if he does block your wake up, especially if you're playing someone like Ermac, that's going to be a massive chunk of damage, restand, and you're basically right back where you started. But he's going for the character change.
Yeah, here's another twist in the tale. We often see someone, when a situation looks bleak and they're clearly not very confident in their character, we didn't see much confidence from ZoDy right there. He's gone for a character change. This historically does not go well. Sometimes it does. We've seen K-Top pull out crazy comebacks going to Predator and making complete 3-0 sweeps. But most of the time in the Community Cup, when someone is 2 games down and they switch character, it's almost like a desperation pick. Hopefully we don't see that today. Going straight in for the increased damage though. Let's not forget, unstoppable Jason, that's going to hurt. But a combo drop! Very unfortunate. That was going to do big boy damage.
Which is a shame as well, because he did have the buff up, trying to get a little bit of health back. It doesn't get a matter, in, going to run straight into a wake-up normal. Still has a massive life lead though, the health very slowly but surely ticking up again. Breaker, ZoDy forced to use all of his bar. This could be dangerous for him, but it depends. He's trying to space out, get some nice tick grabs. I like how ZoDy isn't afraid to just really
tries to Anya though,
despite him being so far behind.
But unfortunately, he tried to go for another down to Antnia, ever so slightly too late. Murko getting a full jump in, and this is Hellfire Scorpion we're talking about. His jump ins hurt, but not as much as the Hellfire Aura as a counter poke, which is going to clean up this first round. Is he going to spend it? He is. Okay.
I like the
this
confidence.
Could be his comeback. Sonic Fox, he always finds a way to make a comeback. That guy's crazy.
Well, normally
going in and the jump kick,
ultimate read. I kind of feel like it was a little bit too obvious that he was going to run in for the Hail Mary back one. Murko scouted out completely. But you've always got that danger when you're fighting unstoppable Jason, you know. He has the option to come back. If you yourself have like 20% health left, then there's nothing really stopping him from just coming back, spending all of his bar, because why not? But if you can make that read straight away with a jump back kick, wonderful stuff. Murko looking at match point, spends a bar, keeps himself safe, presses down one. ZoDy is not trying to challenge.
The wake up grab's going to connect. However, ZoDy spending his only bar on this, so it's going to be somewhat of an honest comeback in this situation. Catches the forward knee. Okay, this is the start. He's going to try and heal himself a little bit, making the Hellfire whiff. He's now not going to have that tool. He's going to catch it, and Murko forced to break. However, this is Scorpion. He's almost always got a breaker available. Now he needs to keep him in this corner, but Murko again finding a way out. He's going to hit confirm that. That's going to be a full combo, and this next setup could kill. ZoDy has to block this.
Oh, blocks the overhead, gets the fuzzy, but no, is that a clean punish, or is he just get caught pressing buttons? That is going to be a clean kill. Can he come back with no bar?
He's going to have Pixel of Life, but I wonder if he's even just going to teleport him to chip him out. Is that what we're going to see here?
Oh, runs into the back one again, didn't learn, but no, does it again.
Oh no! He still needs it to connect, and he tries to go for the guillotine. Murko one step ahead, knowing he's going to go for it. And the Hellfire Aura seals the deal, and a very clean 3-0 win for Murko. Moving straight into Grand Finals in typical fashion, you should probably say.
No, absolutely. Not a huge surprise. Big props to ZoDy for making top 4 this week. I respect the character swap. He definitely looked a bit more comfortable. I'm not sure if it was just a matchup thing. Definitely we weren't seeing the spectral hovers and all the lovely float cancels and stuff really making too much of a difference, so I understand the character swap. It's a shame it came down to that final read in both games. He definitely had somewhat of the right idea, but again, like you said, it just came down to Murko being one step ahead of him, I think.
Okay, so that does mean that we are waiting on...